you for tuning into our news show. On today's broadcast, we will be having our second annual Superintendent Student Forum. But first, let's meet our team. Our co-host, Mr. Joshua Rogers,
Miss Frederica Hudson,
Mr. Deontay Nelson,
Mrs. Aaliyah McCullough,
Mr. Tavion Montgomery,
Mr. Khalil Washington,
Miss Katrina Love,
Miss Shakira Brailsford,
Miss Alexis Smith,
Miss Makia Wells,
Mr. Keyshawn Scott,
Miss Brittany Morant,
Mr. Brandon Davis,
Miss Jamaria Cabotstock.
and I'm your host, Aaliyah Johnson. On cameras, we have Mr. John Kelly, Taurus Scarborough, and Destiny Johnson.
Just a little background information about our Superintendent Student Forum. To prepare for this forum, we asked numerous questions to our faculty, students, and staff about any question that they had concerning the school or concerns about the school district. We collected these questions, filtered them, and today we're going to present the ones that we think are best suited and need the most direct and dire attention.
But before we begin, I would like to share some information on our superintendent. Dr. Wanda Andrews has served in our district for 3 years. She has served in education for over 33 years, beginning her career in Sumter, South Carolina as an elementary school teacher. Dr. Andrews has also taught in Spain and in Germany for Department of Defense schools. Before coming to Lee County, Dr. Andrews served as Assistant Superintendent for Personnel and Student Services in Spartanburg, South Carolina, District 7.
Our first question will be coming from Miss Aaliyah Johnson.
Dr. Andrews, some of our communities in Lee County are low performing and do not support our school district so much as they can. As a result, what are you doing to encourage parents to become more involved and help teachers?
Thank you. Before I begin, I really would just like to say thank you for having me. Thank you for hosting this. Special thanks to Ms. Porter, Mr. Patterson. You all look so amazing, and you do such a professional job. And whenever I have the opportunity to share information about Lee County, I always share about the students and what you're doing here in the media literacy program in our district. Now, to answer your question, I think that it's pretty compact, but when you talk about parental involvement and support, it can happen in many ways. It's not necessarily coming to the school every day. It may be the parent conferences can be held, excuse me, via telephone. With technology today, we are able to stay in touch with everyone a whole lot. It's a whole lot easier now. So first, I think we would have to take a close look at what we're asking for in terms of support from parents and community. We would need to define that. What is it we're asking our parents to do? Now, just in my experiences, when I call parents, they are responsive. And they are also happy to get the phone call for any information about our school district and about their children. So I would say that we have some things in place. We have 2 social workers in our district now. So if we call parents and they don't respond, or we don't get an answer, and we mail letters and we don't get an answer, we have the opportunity to go out and do home visits. We will have to work harder as a school district to connect with our communities and our parents. But wherever I go, I know that in this community, the school district is very important to others. There are community groups, they have questions, they have concerns, they are very concerned about each young person in the school district. We have intergenerational projects, an intergenerational project going on now at Bishopville Primary Annex. So what I would say is that we will have to work harder to connect with our parents. We will have to determine what we are asking for in terms of support, and to move forward with just working harder to connect with them.
Thank you, Dr. Andrews.
Our next question will be coming from Ms. Frederica Hudson, a junior here at Lee Central High School.
Good morning.
Morning, Dr. Andrews. My question for you today is, what do you see as the major challenges facing you this school year, and are these challenges different from last year?
I think everyone in this room and our community, in the community, we're all aware of the Abbeville case, the lawsuit. And part of our challenge in Lee County is that we really need more financial support. And all of the schools and the educational system in our state is a responsibility of the state. But the money is not distributed in an equitable manner. So in our school district, we are in need of greater financial support. I had the opportunity to serve on the task force making recommendations to the legislators. So what I will say is that is a critical piece. Everything costs, from books to technology to salaries. So that's a challenge for us in our school district. And we also just across the state, we do face teacher shortages, and that's every school district. And recruiting effective, qualified employees and teachers is also a challenging piece. And then ensuring that our that the students who are enrolled in our school district are learning and meeting the profile of the high school graduate. Thank you.
Our next question will be coming from Mr. Deontay Nelson, a junior here at Lee Central High School.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Andrews. My question for you is, some students feel that there aren't enough updated textbooks in our schools for students. How would you respond to that statement?
Again, I would need more specific information. Our textbooks are part of the decisions that are made about the textbooks we use come from the State Department of Education. We do have buy-in in that, and we are part of the selection process, but that is a function of the State Department of Education if you're speaking only of textbooks. Now, what I will say, just with technology, we have the opportunity to utilize any books that we would like to use. We have the opportunity as students to read and to get books online and to ask for, you have a very responsible principal and assistant principals and media specialists, and you as students can say what you would like to read. So I would encourage you, if you see this as an issue as students, we need to solve it, and we need to make sure that you have all the resources you need. And I would encourage you to get together with the teachers, the principal, and make sure that you are making your needs known. And I'm thankful for that question, because we do need books to learn.
Our next question will be coming from Aaliyah McCullough, an 8th grader at Lee Central Middle School.
Good morning, Dr. Andrews. My question for you is, can you please restate your vision statement and tell us if your vision has been achieved?
I believe I stated on last year, and what my goal has been since I've been here is for our students to learn as much as they can, to be prepared for those next steps as they leave elementary school, middle school, and of course the graduation from high school. To ensure that while you are here that you enjoy your school career and that you leave here prepared. So we are going to have to, in order to do that, there's the academic piece. We will have to work hard to learn as much as we can as students. And I will say to you that it's, I don't think it's one that's achieved in a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's one that that I will have to monitor and to watch and to see what things we can do in a better way. One of the things that we're having conversation here today, I'm finding out things that we maybe can do in a better way. So to say that I see it as my vision, I don't think that it can be accomplished in a year or 2 or 3, and whoever comes after me will still have to have that vision for the entire district, and making sure that students learn and do more than learn, that they are prepared for life.
Our next question will be coming from Mr. Tavion Montgomery, a student at Lee Central Middle School.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Andrews. Good morning. My name is Tavion Montgomery from Lee Central Middle School, and my question is, what are your goals for the 2015-2016 school year?
Well, one of my goals is to make sure that we have the technology we need. Last night, I can tell you that a technology team was here working at the high school. We are putting in Wi-Fi in all of our schools. We have a technology plan, and we are moving along to ensure that students and teachers have the technology they need to support learning in the classroom. That's one of my goals. The other is for all of us, including me, to always learn more and to get better and to have a strong professional development program for all of our educators and everyone who works in the school district. That is from our food service operators to our maintenance custodians, all of them learning how to care for our property in a better way, how to keep our floors, and then just making sure, because that's a way that we will get better, all of us. And then for students to, we started our early college this year with 29 10th graders who will graduate with an associate's degree from Central Carolina. And I want to expand that program and to make sure that we're preparing students to meet the requirements to go into that program. And looking into personalized learning, what our students are interested in, and making sure that we can address those needs. Also, another goal that I have is the expansion of our virtual learning program. We do have a virtual school, and we have opportunity to, again, meet those personal needs of students via the virtual program. So that is a goal that I have as well. And for us, some of the things that we're doing will yield and help us to be in a better position financially. For example, we were occupying 2 district offices, and now we just have 1. We are looking at ways to save money. Our school district, and I have to thank you for your help, students and teachers. We recently received an award for the reduction just in our electricity and bills such as that. We were reduced by 20% this year. So looking at the financial piece, making sure that all the money can come to the school and that we are not wasteful in our school district, and that it can support your learning here. And just to expand on everything we're doing, our fine arts program, this year we have Freed's School of Dance out of Sumter in our elementary schools and in the middle school, where students can actually learn dance technique. So to just sum it all up, for everything to be better in our school district, always looking to improve and looking at the future and what it holds for young people, and knowing that you are going to have to be ready for that next level in college and the workplace and all of that. So, thank you.
Our next question will be coming from Mr. Khalil Washington, a senior here at Lee Central High School.
Good morning, Khalil.
Good morning, Dr. Andrews. My question for you is, some students feel that cell phones should be permitted to be used during their breakfast and lunch breaks. How would you respond?
Well, let's just, I want you to help me out with this, okay? Because from my seat, I know that you are going to have to be very serious about your education. That will determine what happens for you and your direction, and whether or not you're going to be successful, how you will meet those challenges. So I know that you have to be a serious student. And while you are in school, there is actually no time for socializing in terms of calling your friends or getting on Facebook. Those serve as serious distractions. The more you read, the more you study, all of that matters, because you will have to be ready to compete in a global society. Not just with students in Lee County, not just with students in South Carolina. You will compete for jobs, you will compete for slots in college, and you will have to be ready. So what I would say to you is, when you are home, when you have free time, you still have to study at home, but take that time to call your friends and to use your cell phones. But I don't think they are appropriate, nor are cell phones a part of our mission in terms of let's take a break and talk on the phone. Okay. So what I'd like to see is students on their break with books in their hands.
Our next question will be coming from Ms. Katrina Love, a junior here at Lee Central High School.
Good morning, Dr. Andrews. What do you see as the opportunities and challenges in the district for students?
Well, I would say that just as we were discussing, there are a lot of distractions now with technology. It's such a great thing, but it can also, students can get carried away. One of the challenges is just social media. A lot of disputes and remarks are made there that spill over into the school, and that's a challenge for all of us and for students as well. I think that staying focused for anyone. It was a challenge for me in high school, and we didn't have Facebook. Staying focused and knowing that school and reading and math and science and languages and learning how to get along with others, all of those things are very critical. So I think that's a challenge, staying focused, and then setting goals, making sure that you can meet them, asking for help, and looking at all of us have a part. Students have a part, our teachers. I have a part in solving whatever our problems are in the school district, and we can all go forward and do great things if we are focused on our mission. I think that just schoolwork in general can be a challenge for students, and there's a lot to learn, and it's going to take hard work and determination and always doing the right thing, which in itself can sometimes be a challenge. It might be exciting when you're with your friends to think about things like it's nothing new. There were kids who were thinking about it when I was in high school, but skipping school and not coming, and let's go and party and not pay attention to our work. There's just a lot of challenges, but staying focused, making sure that you always do the right thing, and that you understand the value of your education and how important it is for your future. I don't know if I answered all parts of your question, but if you could repeat it, I will.
What do you see as the opportunities and challenges in this district for students?
I think that the opportunity exists for each student enrolled in this district to achieve their goals. We are going to be focused on that. And I think when you look around, we have technology via our virtual school offering classes that we were not able to maybe have a teacher in front of you, but we can do that via the virtual program. We also have the opportunity to connect with other school districts in other states, in this state, and to see what's going on in their classrooms, to network more, to ask questions, and most importantly, ask for help when you need it, and asking the right folks for the help that you need. So I think the greatest thing you have here is the opportunity for a great education.
Our next question will be coming from Ms. Shakira Brailsford, a freshman here at Lee Central High School.
Good morning, Dr. Andrews. Good morning. My question is, have your rules and responsibilities expanded in the school district, and if so, how have they changed since last year?
I wouldn't say that my role has expanded, but I have been involved in some committees that are providing guidance and writing what we would like to see in the plans as far as the task force with the Abbeville case, and then also the accountability system in South Carolina. One of the things that I have been a strong advocate for is making sure that we remove or think about how we can be held accountable, but not putting the letter grades on our schools. And I know that at one time the high school had an F on the school, but if you come into the school, it was never an F. Things that I saw here, talented kids doing great things, smart kids, and then just students who have left here and gone on to do great things from Lee County. There are doctors, there are you name it, executives, business people owning their own businesses, and all of these students are coming from, have graduated from Lee County schools. So I would say that no school schools aren't ever classified as F schools. So in that way, that's been exciting to be a part of a new vision for South Carolina schools, and then to look at our district critically. We will be going through an accreditation process early next year, and we're already starting to look at our student achievement, what we're doing, what we can do in a better way. So those are some of the things that have been sort of expanded in terms of what I am doing. But my sole focus is on Lee County schools and the students that I serve.
Our next question will be coming from Ms. Alexis Smith.
Good morning, Dr. Andrews. My question for you is, why don't seniors have privileges compared to the past years, such as early dismissal, a designated area for seniors only, and senior dress down day every Friday?
Okay. This is what I would say, Alexis. I would like for the seniors to have some privileges. I think that you've earned that. You've done well. You've made it to the 12th grade. You are ready to graduate, and this is a very special year for you. There are some things that I would like to see, and I know that Mr. Hemby, if you talk with him as seniors, and maybe that could be your gift to the next senior class in terms of setting up and talking about things that the seniors would like to have. I would like to see a senior lounge where where seniors can go, where they could get refreshments, where they could take a break. Some of the things that I would like to see as far as seniors as well, I know it would take some planning, but I think that you as seniors could determine your lunch based on your schedule and not have a scheduled lunchtime, because when you go to the workforce or you go to college, no one's going to say, Alexis, it's time for lunch. So, you know, there are some things that would give you responsibility, and with that, you know, we're expecting that you will always do, again, the right things with that time and that opportunity. So I'm very interested in what the senior class, what the students would like to see, and the privileges that you would like to have. And I would ask you to get together and organize and present those to Mr. Hemby. And I know that has been, this is his first year here, but coming in, I know that, you know, he is very involved with what he'd like to see happen for seniors as well. But I'm excited for you, and I do think you need privileges. And I'm not exactly sure of what you're speaking of early dismissal, but if seniors are enrolled in college classes, and if they have met all of their requirements and they have a job somewhere, those are individual cases where we can grant an early dismissal for students who are in those positions. So, but I think it would be a good time. And then I would challenge you to do one thing for me, Alexis, as you get with other seniors and other students and juniors and finding out. Make sure that you establish some type of learning piece and some type of goal and what you will leave here as a senior class, because you're our models. You're showing our underclassmen what great students do. And I will say that you all have done a fine job with that. But think about some good things that you could leave with the school as well as, a senior class.
Our next question will be coming from Ms. Anaya Lucas, an 11th grader here at Lee Central High School.
Good morning, Dr. Andrews. My question for you is, in the near future, is there a possibility for installing student servers for work purposes, for example, personal iPads, laptops, and etc.?
When you say personal servers, could you sort of expand, or are you just saying places where students could use their iPads and all of that? Okay. As I stated earlier, we are working on the high school now. The internet should be faster. Everything that we're doing here, the technology folks were here last night, as a matter of fact. I don't know how long it will take them to complete the project, but that's what they're working on. I will state again that if you stay focused and be serious about the time that you spend in school, there's not a lot of opportunity for personal conversations in Facebook. If you're looking for information such as colleges and taking virtual tours at universities, we have capability for you to do that using the district's technology. And I don't really see that it's separate. Whatever your technology needs are, and that's another area where students can go to the principal, present that information, because we want to solve it. But we also, as a school district and as a long-time administrator, want to make sure that students aren't in those areas going to sites that they don't need to visit.
At this time in our broadcast, we will take a brief 5-minute intermission.